Hi, welcome to episode 54 of the Passionate Spinner podcast. My name is Tracy. You can find me as Schnüffelt here on Ravelry and Instagram. There is a Ravelry group for the podcast. Please come over and join. We have a lot of fun going on over there. There is a blog where I just put up the video. I don't do anything else there. And thank you so much for being here. I haven't podcasted in 10, 12 days maybe, but I had a lot of stuff going on and it fit in right now, so I'm gonna talk about stuff right now because I have tons of stuff to talk about. First off, I'm wearing my breathing space. I'm gonna stand up and show you how it looks on me. So this is it, my breathing space. I couldn't be happier with this. I think it turned out just beautiful. I'm gonna spin. Don't you think it looks great? I'm in love with this. I did not really block it. I just I washed it, squished the water out, and laid it flat to dry because I didn't want it to block. It's already quite big, and for the next one I might do the sleeves a little bit shorter because these are like almost a bit too long for my liking, but I push them up all the time, so I don't really care. But yeah, I love this sweater. I think it's the best sweater I've knit so far. It's perfect. The pattern, I have it somewhere here. For all of the people who've been living under a rock, the pattern is in the Interpretations book number 3, and it is this sweater by Vera Välimäki, and it's perfect. It's just perfect. I love this sweater. Good. Now, knitting in the past, I didn't finish anything, but I've been working on stuff. First off, I worked a little bit more on my Boardwalk shawl by Stephen West. It is this shawl. It's one of his newer patterns. Here's a picture where you can see how big it is. I am doing this large version, and I'm on this stripe here, stripe number 5. I think when I look at his picture that he's blocked it quite a bit because mine isn't that big, but it's still quite big. I mean, it's quite bunched up on the needle and I cannot change that. So yeah, that's it. My Boardwalk shawl. I really love it. I'm quite happy with the yarn that I chose. It's Quarry Fiber. It's a tweed base, and I have 2 colors here. This one is called Explosion, I think. Yep. And the yellow is the Dalek colorway. It's nice. It's lovely. It's my sitting in bed and watching my son sleep knit. Because when I bring him to bed, I just knit on this. So yeah, that's the first thing on my needles. Then I started 2 things because, you know, why finish stuff? That's totally overrated. So the first thing I started is this one here. It is the Serenity sweater by Joji Locatelli. It's from Interpretations Volume 2. And it is this sweater here. I am not using 1 color, but 4. And I have them all here. So, I'm transitioning colors for this sweater because I just thought that that would be different and nice. Oh, and there's a big giant cat hair on my black yarn. So this is the sweater. This one here will go on my face, and this one here, with the blue, will go at my bottom because I just like it that way. So yeah, this is how this sweater will work. And I started, of course, with the green. And I'm working on the upper back right now. I really like it. It's easy to knit. I love how the yarn patterns. Looks a little bit like camouflage to me. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I think it's going to be different, very different, but pretty. Not different in a way, but pretty different. So I have to figure out how long to work with this yarn before transitioning, because I need the same yarns for the sleeves as well. And I have no idea how to do that. So I will find out, hopefully, sometime. So yeah, that's the first thing on the needles. It's on a US for a 3.5mm needle, like the shawl. I never talk about that. I always forget. I hope it is. Yes, it is. It's the needles that I used for this sweater. So, and then my mom came over and my dad. They were here a few days ago. And my mom really wanted to start a sweater that she had fallen in love with while we were browsing through this book. Because these books are just perfect. There's so many great things in there. So we both loved The Timeless Henley, again by Joji Locatelli. And yes, I started 2 fingering weight sweaters from the same designer, from the same books, within 3 days. Because, yeah, I wanted to. So, this is the sweater. Here's a better look, maybe. It is, like I said, the Timeless Henley. It calls for sock yarn or fingering weight yarn again, and I have quite a lot of that. And it's knit on a US 3, a 3.25mm needle. And this time I am working with Knitsomniac Design yarns. Knitsomniac Designs yarn, that way. And the colorway is He Who Must Not Be Named, because I'm listening to the Harry Potter audiobooks, and that's just perfect. And again, I'm working at on the upper back right now. It looks like this, and this is, I know it looks teeny tiny like it's for my son, but it's 1x1 rib, so you know, this will fit just fine. See? Perfect. So I love this colorway. It is really, really pretty. The only thing, the first skein, the one that I wound, is way lighter than the other 2 that I have. So when you compare these 2, can you see the difference? I'm going to do all the ribbing in this sweater with the lighter yarn and everything in the big lace pattern with the darker yarn. Because I did not want to alternate, and when you have 3 skeins, you know, you should have, I would have alternated. I would have to have alternated all 3 yarns at the same time, and that's just not going to happen. I think it's going to be fine in the end. I only have those 3 skeins, so I hope I have enough. I will find out, because, well, I probably end up with 3/4 length sleeves, but that's fine. So yeah, it's on the needles. It's so simple right now because it's just 1x1 rib, but that will change quite quick because I think I have about 4 rows to go, and then I start the lace pattern. So that's that. These are my whips. That's everything I'm working on. I noticed, that's the word, I noticed that I have not worked on socks in months now. That needs to change. It has to change. And I was looking through my leftover sock yarn bin for what I'm going to show next, and I found 2 leftovers that are just perfect together. So I think I'm gonna do a mix and match leftover pair somehow. So what I plan to knit very soon for knitting in the future is the Starburst pattern, again by Stephen West. And this pattern, the printed pattern, doesn't have a overall shot of it. I think that's the best I can do. It looks like this, but bigger, way bigger. It's one of his things that he calls a schlenket. at least the large sizes. I'm gonna do the large size, and it says size large, finished measurements 78 deep and centimeters and 318 centimeters long. Like that's double my size almost. So as I couldn't decide, you know, on colors, I got out a lot of yarn from my stash because I couldn't decide. So, you know, a shawl, blanket, schlanket thing in this size needs a lot of yarn. So what I decided on is I'm going to do 2 of these. And this will be the common yarn. First, let me show you. Now, version 1. Is gonna be blue. These blues. Can you see the last one? Of course not, because it's in my hands. So this is gonna be color 1. That will go into color 2 and then color 3. They are koigu and shibui, and they're basically the same stuff. They look like they are the same. So for this to, you know, intersperse, I'm going to use this light yellow because it just goes great with my blues, you know. I think it's perfect. And then I will do this burnt orange border. The way you knit the shawl, you knit wedges. In between the wedges, you knit a small contrast color stripe. And after that, you add a border alongside the edge of the wedges. So now that's color version 1. Version 2 starts out with this gradient set by the Unique Sheep. We'll go into these 2 skeins from Claudia hand painted. Like, you know, it's a bit hard to hold 6 skeins of yarn in your hands, but I will try. So this is gonna work this way. And then I have 2 of the bottom ones, but I just cannot hold them. So that's the other color version. Okay. And I will also use this bright yellow orange to knit between the wedges. And then I will do a, oh, what's this? This is a dark burgundy. It's not that purple, it's more reddish. This will be the border for this shawl. So let's see. I can somehow make this work. Something like this. So yeah, I'm gonna knit 2 ginormous blankets, schlankets, shawl things, because I just cannot decide. I'm normally not a blue person, but I bought these. Of course, I bought these because if I didn't, they weren't in my stash. And I especially love this colorway. It's koigu. I got 2 of these, and I originally planned on doing a cowl, and they just are perfect for this. So yeah, I got all of these yarns a long time ago, and as they are all a 100% superwash merino, I don't knit socks with those because they felt on me, because I'm very hard on my socks. It doesn't, yep, it's all 100%, except for this, I think. Let's check. Now it also is 100%. So yeah, I don't want to knit socks with these because I'm hard on socks, and I don't want to work on socks that I can wear 5 times before I have to throw them out. You know, I'd like to wear them 50 times. So yeah, these are in my stash and not destined to become anything. So I will make 2 of these blankets, schlankets things. And I'm going to do them at the same time, because I'm afraid that if I knit one first, and you know, in the pattern, he says that the last wedge, the big last wedge that makes this thing really big, takes up more than 100 grams of sock yarn. So, you know, I think after I finished one of these, I will never ever cast on a second one. So my plan is to knit wedge 1 on both, you know, and then 2, 3, and so forth, because that way I think it's going to be, I will get both done someday. Yeah, so okay, that's the plan. That only took me about 5 minutes to talk about, right? So I'm gonna put all of those back in here because I have to wind them. And I also have to knit, sew up a project bag. And I already know which one, because I got a pattern for a project bag, or whatever bag, a while ago. And I think it's called the double zip filigree pouch or something like that. It's basically a wedge bag that has 2 zippers at the top and 2 compartments. And I want to make one of these to make this, because I can put all of it in one bag. It's just... I know. I'm a weirdo, and I'm quite happy about that. So, that's it for the knitting. Now, let's talk about spinning. I didn't spin, really. I plied. And I plied the sock yarn that I spun up in January. The only problem is it's really pretty, but my singles were super, super thin, and I had hoped for, you know, about 700 yards to knit 2 pairs of socks. One for me and maybe one for my husband, because he will put anything on his feet. Now look at it. It turned out really nice, but it poofed like the dickens. So I plied this on my mini spinner. That's why this is a bit weirdly shaped. So yeah, we'll make a nice hat, wouldn't it? So I'm goofy. This yarn is not what I want it to be. I got 550 meters, which is about 150 less than I had hoped for, which equals 601 yards. And it's 195 grams. And it's just not fingering weight. It's definitely at least a sport weight. So I'm not sure what I want to do with it. It could make a nice big shawl, but as I already talked about last week, I don't really wear shawls. I use huge shawls, you know, to wrap around and be warm when I'm outside reading and it's getting cold in the night. But I don't really use the smaller shawls, and it's only 550 meters, you know, 600 yards. I'm not sure. I might end up putting this in my shop. It smells good. So, yeah. This will probably be in my next shop update. The fiber was a superwash merino pencil roving from Ätherische Öle und Meer, which is a German hand dyer. And yeah, I think that's all I can say about it. I spun the singles on my Michi spinning wheel, which is a German manufactured handmade wheel. Not manufactured. Is it manufactured if it's handmade? It's a German wheel. And I plied it on a mini spinner. So yeah, that's it. All the important stuff. Now, coffee and then more talking. Of course, I managed to spill coffee all over my face. Great. Now, new stuff. I don't have a lot. I mean, I do have a lot more, but I'm not showing everything. I just show the coolest stuff. I got a new knitting book. It's called Rugged Knits by Andrea Rangel, which sounds like a very German name to me. Yeah, it's okay. It's an okay book. It's an okay book. It's not... It didn't swipe me off my feet when I looked through it for the first time. Let's say it like this. I did find stuff that I could work. Do I need to knit any of these things? I don't think so. Like this waistcoat thing. It's cute. Will I wear this? I'm not sure. Or this hoodie. It's a nice hoodie, but it's, you know, it's just a normal nice hoodie like I've seen 25 others before. If you're looking for a book with basic patterns, this is it. Let's say it like this. So, first thing. Then I ordered spoonflower fabric because I had to. I got some test swatches. Oh, and they always send you a little swatch to feel stuff. They sent me this one here, and it's their fleece. And I'm absolutely going to order some of this fleece for a sweater for myself for around the house, because this is just, it feels so nice. Oh, and oh, what a nice way to freeze. Thank you very much, my dear. And now please unfreeze, because I look like an idiot. Okay, great. So I have to get more of this because it's just so dreamy soft. It's perfect. Now, for the test swatches that I really ordered, I ordered these. Well, this one here was a test swatch of a print with an octopus on it, and I wasn't sure how big the octopus is. Well, now I know. It's ginormous, because these are 8-inch swatches. So I'm not going to order more of this. Definitely. But I'm going to use this swatch to make a needle cozy for myself that will probably look something like this in the end. And then I ordered a swatch of this print, and this worked out perfect because there's one almost whole head here. There's a little bit missing here, but it's not bad. This will become a project bag for me. Definitely. It's so gorgeous. And then I ordered a swatch to do a project bag Christmas Halloween gift for a very special friend. And if I'm sure that you know who you are, because this is just perfect for you. And I stumbled across this, so I had to get it. Good. So that's that. And now for the things that I ordered in a larger scale. I ordered this fabric, a fat quarter. I am in love with this. I will make a project bag for myself and 3 for the shop. Can you see this? It's superheroes. It's amazing. So, as this fabric is exactly this piece times 4. So you have Green Lantern, The Flash, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man, Captain America, and I have no idea who she should be. But I love this. It's gorgeous. Like I said, 1 project bag for myself and 3 for the shop. I will have a shop update at the end of September with tons of things. But I will talk about it when it comes. Then I got closing fabric. I got a yard of this print because it's just beautiful. It's feathers. And then I got 2 yards of a border print, and I don't know how to show this. I have no idea how to show this. I think I have to stand up because you really need to see the whole thing to appreciate it. So this is half of it. I got 2 yards, like I said. That's the bottom. And it goes up into a lighter color without the birds on it. It's just so pretty. This will be a dress. Which one? I have no idea. But it will be a dress. And it will be for me, and it will be pretty. So that's my spoonflower order. There's 1 fabric still missing. They send it in a separate package. Why, I don't know. And I don't care. They are sending stuff from Berlin since 2 months. So that's perfect, you know, because I don't have to pay $1 million shipping and there's no customs. It's just perfect because it ships from Germany. Oh, I love spoonflower. I could spend all my money at the shop. So that's the new stuff. Now, no indie of the week because I still work with stuff I have talked about 25 times before. For reading, listening, watching, I finished the audiobooks 2 and 3 of the Harry Potter series, read by or narrated. Is it read by or narrated by? Is there a difference? Read by Stephen Fry. I started book 4, The Goblet of Fire, yesterday evening while sewing. So my husband gave me a Bluetooth speaker that I put up here next to my sewing area, and I can just hook my phone up and have it going, and it's perfect because I have my audiobooks, almost all of them, from Audible, and oh great, froze again, and I am listening on my phone normally, but you know, it's easier with the speaker and it's louder and the sound quality is just better. So yeah, I've been sewing and listening to audiobooks, Harry Potter audiobooks. So I also started watching a new show. It's called Breakout Kings. I found it on Netflix. I think there are only 2 seasons, so it's, you know, fast and easy to watch, because I actually hate it when I discover a new show and I love a show, you know, and then it's like 12 seasons in. Like, ugh, that takes forever to catch up, and I just don't like to do that. So yeah, I'm watching Breakout Kings. It's nice. It's nothing super special, you know. You can live without watching it, I promise. Now for sewing, the big part this week, because I was sewing every free minute that I had. Okay, let's start. I went to a sewing class with my best friend, the Stitchinista, and we made a jacket. We made the same thing together. Hers looks very different, of course, than mine, because she chose very different fabric. And it looks very different than in a picture. I forgot to bring the magazine with the picture. But in the magazine, they used a very, very lightweight fabric for this jacket. And we did not. So I'm gonna have to change, because I totally want to show you what it looks like when I wear it. Now let me show it first, and then I will wear it for you. So this is it. I still have to weave in the ends, because when you sew with the serger, you have to weave in ends. So this is it. It looks nice. This is the fabric combination that I chose. Yeah, have to weave in the ends. Now, the cardi itself it's nice. It was easy to sew, I have to say. I think it was not hard at all. But there's a reason why they chose a very lightweight fabric in the magazine. This pattern is very oversized and has, you know, like bat wing sleeves. And when you make it out of a not very lightweight fabric, like we did, it looks like this. So, you know, it's at a little below the natural waist. It has pockets here, which stand up a little bit weirdly, which probably is the problem why it looks so not good. Well, I don't think it looks super bad. I will totally wear it, but it's not as I expected it would be. And I actually believe that I could totally dance in a MC Hammer music video. Don't you think? Da, 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 dum, da, dum, da, dum. It's perfect for that. Yeah. I'm not super happy with it, but I'm not mad at it anymore. I was really mad at the beginning, but now I think it's just funny. And actually, I plan on making another one in a very lightweight fabric to see the difference, because there has to be a difference. It looks so nice in the picture, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not super mad at it. I will wear it. I will probably wear it with the zipper open, because if the zipper is open and it just hangs a bit, it's not that bad. And you know, I don't walk around like this all the time and say, look at my sleeves, look at my sleeves. I mean, you know. God, this today is just awful. I'm sorry. I can't help myself. So yeah, I made a cardigan, blouson, whatever. It's nice, it's okay, it's not what I wanted, but I think, you know, if I wear it like this, it's fine. I'm so sorry I amuse myself so easily. Okay, now, after I made this, and I wasn't happy about it, I had to make something I knew I was quite good at. So I did a little piecing and quilting and made placemats for my husband and me. And it started out, actually, what I really wanted to do was do a mug rug and try out this bias binding foot that I have. And when I started sewing stuff together, I started with this. So it looked like this. And then I thought, I could go on and just add more and add more. And sometimes, and then it was just big enough for a placemat. And I thought, okay, let's do a placemat and let's just do two. One for my husband and one for me. So the first one I made was this one here. It's for my husband. His first name starts with a J, of course. And I chose just, it's felt in the middle. And I chose this for the backing. And I did a free motion quilting stippling pattern. I'm not sure if that's the name, but it's what I did. We have been using these for the whole week, so they are a little bit, they need a wash. So yeah, here it is. That's my husband's. Now for all the people out there who have made placemats before, these need to be washed very often. Is there a trick to make them last longer? Because I have to wash these once a week. And if I wash these once a week, they will die on me very soon. So please tell me if there is a trick and if I have, or if I should use something else as a batting for it. I don't know. So then I made mine. It looks like this. I did applique R. My name is Theresia, you know, very German name. And the German short for it is Resi, which is awful, but it's just what it is. And so, as our son is called Tim, he kind of uses up the T because I want to make one for him when he grows a bit older. So I did the R because no one really ever calls me Theresia, ever. It's just, it doesn't happen. So yeah, that one is mine. I used fabric from my dear friend Oshi on the backside. And here you can see the quilting. I mean, I'm very new still to free motion quilting, and this is not very perfect. But I noticed that the stitch length is way more consistent this time than it was the first few times I tried. So I'm getting better and better at this. I'm really happy about it. So I made these placemats. Then I worked on stuff. I'm gonna show my big thing that I'm really proud of last. So I made a pair of Bermudas for my husband, and I had to use the twin needle at the end, you know, for the hems, and I had black thread in there. And I showed this shirt for my son a long time ago, probably 2 months, and it was done except for doing all the hems with the twin needle because I was too lazy to hook one up, and I had to yesterday, and it was already threaded black, which is exactly what I needed for this one, so I finished it. I just finished it. It's a very it's a very simple shirt. It's from a German sewing book called Nähen mit Jersey für Babys und Kids. And it's just, I think it's called Basic Shirt for Boys or something like that. I don't even remember. And I can't find it right now. But yeah, if you have kids and you want to have some really basic patterns that you can use and just change around, I can't find it right now. This is the book for you. if you speak German, you have kids, you want to sew them easy stuff, that's perfect. It has a lot of nice patterns in it. And yeah, so I finished this one. It's really sweet. It's a little bit big right now, but he'll grow into it. So, and then yesterday night, I finally sat down and made my bubble quilt block for the quilting bee that I'm in. And this is my July block. It should have gone out in July. I contacted the person it's for and told her in July that I would not be able to send it out before the end of August because there was so much stuff going on. And she said it's fine. And she saw it yesterday on Instagram. She likes it. And as she's in the US and my husband has a working trip coming, well, he will leave in about 2 hours. He will take the finished parcel with him to the US and ship it there. So she should get it really quick. So that's it. This is the bubble that I made. I really like it. I'm super happy with how this turned out. Quite proud of it, I have to say. I think I will not cut, I will not square it up because 2 reasons. First reason, I'm still very new to this quilting stuff and I'm not good at squaring up, and it just never turns out being a square that's, like this. It's always a little bit like that. And I don't want that for someone else's quilt. And reason number 2, if I leave the fabric around, she will be able to cut it to the exact size she needs. If the others are a little bit bigger than mine would have been, she can just leave it bigger. So yeah, this one will go in the mail possibly tomorrow in the US, and it will go to its new home. I really, really like it. I think I have to pat myself on the shoulder. This turned out nice. So yes, that's the bubble. Now it can go in the mail. And now for the big thing that I made. A long time ago, last time my husband was away for a while, I had the idea of making him something as an anniversary gift that no one else would have. So I sat down and looked through sewing patterns for men, and I found one from Kibadu. She's a German pattern maker. Now this is distracting here. And she has a lot of patterns for men. And I found one that's called Pa Tom because she has a lot of kids patterns and adult patterns. And the kids pattern is called Tom, and the adult pattern that goes with it is Pa Tom, like for Papa. And she also does that same naming thing for girl patterns. It's like Lina, and the adult version is called Ma Lina, like it's for mama. So I got the Pa Tom pattern and I made a pair of Bermuda shorts out of sweat. This is crucial here because now this is what it looks like. I also wanted to do an applique and some words on stretch fabric because, why use easy stuff if you can make it harder on yourself? So what I did, I tried it out, of course, on a little piece of fabric first. I drew up what I wanted to be on there. And yeah, I'm not very good at drawing, so it's not perfect. But my husband is a computer person, and he's quite good at what he does. So he has his work in the computer stuff. And so I decided to put this little thing here on the front of the left leg. And it looks like this. I did basically this applique piece is ironed on with a transfer stuff. It makes it non-stretchy. There's no other way. So after I had that ironed on and I knew that it would stay where it was, I used my quilting foot, the free motion quilting embroidery foot for the sewing machine. and I hooked it into an embroidery hoop, and then I just did this and sewed around. And after the applique, I did the writing, and I just wrote it down with a chalk pen, and did the same thing. I've basically free motion quilted this. So these are the pants. They fit perfectly. When I gave them to him, he immediately put them on. They fit perfect. He said they are super comfy, so I will make more for him, but without the words the applique. So yeah, that's it. And that's what it looks on the front. I chose the green thingy here, although the green is very different from the green that I have for the sides, but you know, it's fine. So that's the front. Then the pant has you sew on different stripes on the side, and there's one more pocket at the back. For my liking, I would have made this pocket higher when I saw it worn. I would put it up 5 centimeters next time. It also has 2 side pockets here. So yeah, I made that whole thing yesterday. Then I finished the shirt for the baby, and then I sewed this bubble. Yesterday was a sewing day, and it was awesome. So yeah, that's it. It has a stretchy thing. Rubber. It's not a rubber. It's a stretchy thing in there. So yeah, these are done. I did pre-wash the fabric, of course, so my husband will take these with him on his work trip. And whew, that's it for sewing. I did just sew a lot this week, and I plan on sew a lot coming weeks because I want to have a shop update, like I said, at the end of September, and I'm working on project bags that I have to just finish. So this will happen very soon. Now, no cross stitch, of course, but I have stuff for everything else. I have 3 winners to announce. I finally was able to draw everything. So I have the winner for the Tour de Fleece contest that we had, or contest. It wasn't a contest, it was just a show and tell. And I will make Rolex in your favorite colors. You tell me what colors you want, and I will go forth and make Rolex for you. And the winner is entry number 9. And yeah, I have no idea how to say it. Your Ravelry name is Sobaheim, maybe. You're from Colorado and you don't give a first name, so I had a hard time. But it is, you know, Sobahime. I hope. The spelling thing isn't working for me. I'm sorry. So yeah, you will get a set of Rolex, but definitely not next week because I'm going to be alone and there's no time for Rolex making when I'm alone with the boy, because the boy does not sit. He just runs around all the time. Now, I have a winner for the 16 pairs in 2016 July drawing. So next time I will do the August drawing. And that one is entry number 524, and it's A1 Darwin. Your name is Ashley, you're from Maryland. Contact me, you want a skein of yarn, and it's this skein of yarn. It's from Tausendschön. It's a German hand-dyed yarn. It looks like this. It's 100% superwash merino. And it's, you know, it's nice. I like it. So this is your prize, Ashley. Contact me. The last prize was for the 50th episode giveaway, and I said that I would make a project bag for whoever wins. And this is quite funny because the winner is entry number 17, which is Try Linda. Linda, please contact me. I know I do have your specifics still somewhere because Linda won before, and guess what she won before? A project bag in her favorite colors that I made. So Linda, you will have a second project back in your favorite colors coming your way as soon as you contact me and tell me what you want. So yeah, 3 winners, please contact me. And the winners from the last giveaway, I have not shipped your stuff. It will go out next week. Big promise. Yeah, I'm very bad when it comes to shipping stuff. I'm sorry, but I will get it out sooner or later. Good. Now, that's it for this week. It's a quite long episode, and I've been very weird today. But, you know, when you come here, you know what you see is what you get, so you'll manage, I'm sure. Good. So, now, I will leave you. I hope you have a wonderful time. I will talk to you again, possibly in 10 days. And yeah, until then, I hope you all have a wonderful time. Enjoy everything you do. Bye.